Every day during the winter, my grandpa gets up before sunrise to start his day on the farm. After a short prayer and a cup of hot steaming tea, he goes to the barn to take care of the cows, goats, chickens, and other animals. He milks them, feeds them, and makes sure everything is clean. I love helping Grandpa with his farm chores in the morning. It's super fun. One day, my grandpa found Soni, our goat, sleeping on top of the henhouse, and when he tried to move her, the goat refused to budge, so he decided to let her stay and continued his chores around her. Every day, Dada checks the water troughs, feed bunks, and heating system to make sure there's no damage from the snow or cold. His friend and assistant, Aman, is there to help him as well. He pops in food storage area to take a look at the stored crops to make sure they are safe. After that, Grandpa comes back to the house for some rest, and we have lunch together. He tells me the most wonderful stories at lunchtime, and I love it. In the afternoon, Grandpa works on fixing things, planning for the growing season in season, and doing paperwork. He also loves spending time in the greenhouse taking care of the seedlings he's growing for the spring. My grandpa is a farmer and a super-duper bookworm. He loves reading about farming and always has a magazine in his hand. He's like a farmer scientist, always trying to find new and exciting plants to grow on the farm. Last year, Grandpa found a cool seed in a magazine. He decided to try planting it, and it grew into the biggest pumpkins ever. It was so cool. When he's not outside taking care of the animals or working on the farm, you can find him in his cozy conservatory with his nose buried in a farming magazine, dreaming up plans for next season's crop. It's so cool to see how passionate he is about his work. At night, Grandpa goes back to the barn one last time to check on the animals before dinner. He really loves all the animals and always makes sure they're comfortable. One time, I remember, it was a really cold night and Grandpa noticed that one of the cows was shivering. He went over to check on her and found that she was getting sick. Grandpa stayed with her the whole night, making sure she was warm and comfortable, and even made her a special warm blanket out of old towels. The next day, the cow was feeling much better, and Grandpa was so happy. Even though winter is tough on farmers, Grandpa never stops working hard to take care of the animals and crops. One time, Grandpa got a phone call from his friend Aman in the middle of the night. Aman was at the barn and needed help because one of the goats was having a hard time giving birth. Grandpa rushed over and helped deliver the baby goat safely. It was amazing to see how knowledgeable and determined Grandpa was in that moment. I think farmers are so strong and amazing. They work really hard every day, even in the cold and snow, to make sure everything is okay. Dada works so hard, but he is always ready with a smile for me.